That $2,000 federal stimulus check, it's not happening. I know. Your social media feed is buzzing, news articles are hinting, and everyone's talking about a big payout. But right now, the truth from the government is clear. No new broad federal stimulus checks are coming. So why all the noise? And is there any federal money you might still be owed? I'm going to cut through the confusion and give you the real deal. And I'll reveal the only federal money you might still be able to get and the crucial deadline at the very end of this video. You don't want to miss it. Let's clear the air right away. The U.S. Treasury has officially confirmed that no $2,000 federal stimulus payment is scheduled for 2025. This isn't just a rumor, it's the official word. All that hype you're seeing online about a brand new federal check arriving this summer, it's not backed by any government announcement or new law. Here's the simple truth. For the government to send out stimulus payments, Congress needs to pass new laws, approving the funding and setting the rules. The last big federal relief bill, which gave out the $1,400 checks, was passed way back in early 2021. Since then, there hasn't been any new plan or law approved to authorize more direct federal payments. The Treasury Department just doesn't have the legal power to send out more checks on its own. So if no new federal checks are coming, what's with all the talk about July stimulus? Well, that's where things get confusing for many Americans. A lot of the buzz is actually about money coming from your state, not the federal government. Several states have launched their own programs to help residents deal with high living costs like inflation, gas prices, or utility bills. Think of it like these are like local helpers, not the main federal aid. For example, states like New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Colorado, and Washington have rolled out their own inflation relief checks or energy rebates. These are separate from any federal effort, and they have their own rules, often based on your income or where you live. The amounts are usually smaller too, like a few $100s, not thousands. So while they can offer real financial relief, they are not the big federal stimulus payments some online posts claim. And what about that wild idea floating around, the one about a $5,000 Doge dividend proposed by Donald Trump, supposedly funded by savings Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency found? Let's be blunt, this is pure fantasy. There's no law, no official plan, and absolutely no timeline for this to happen. Even if the idea of saving money and giving it back to taxpayers was real, the proposed savings would only amount to about $800 per taxpayer, nowhere near $5,000. So don't hold your breath for that one. So why are lawmakers even talking about stimulus payments if nothing's happening? The simple answer is that the economy is in a tricky spot. Key inflation measures are still running at around 3 to 4%. That means prices for everyday essentials like rent, groceries, and healthcare are still stubbornly high, putting a real pinch on families. Consumer confidence is also bouncing up and down. Because of this pressure, there's a big debate going on in Washington. Some lawmakers, mainly from the Democratic Party, argue that renewed financial relief is absolutely vital to help people struggling with these high prices. They want to support low-income families, seniors, and those with kids. But on the other side, many Republicans are cautioning against sending out more money. They're worried it could make inflation even worse and pile up more national debt. This political tug-of-war is why any talk of a new federal payment moves slowly, if at all. Now, where there's no official broad federal stimulus, there is a specific payment that's gained some attention. One proposal for a different kind of stimulus payment, around $1,400, has been discussed for low and middle income Americans. This particular payment, if it moves forward, would likely target individuals earning up to $75,000 and married couples under $150,000. It could even include people on Social Security, SSDI, SSI, and VA benefits. Some sources say this specific payment has been approved with rollout expected later this year. Keep in mind, this is not the widely rumored $2,000 general stimulus check, but a more targeted form of relief that has seen some specific progress. Okay, so what do you need to do to protect yourself and your money amidst all this noise? First, watch out for scams. With all the talk of stimulus checks, scammers are out in force. They send fake text messages, emails, and even create phony websites trying to trick you into giving up your personal information or money for a payment that doesn't exist. Never, ever click on unverified links or give your personal details to anyone claiming to offer an early stimulus payment. Always go directly to the official IRS website, irs.gov, for any updates on federal payments. Second, focus on the real financial help that is available. Check your state's official government pages for their specific inflation rebates or energy credits. This is real money that might be coming your way, separate from federal efforts. Look into tax benefits like the Earned Income Tax Credit. This is a tax break for working people with low to moderate income, and recent changes mean you might get a larger refund when you file your taxes. It's not a stimulus check, but it puts more money in your pocket. Explore other assistance programs too, like unemployment benefits, rental assistance, or food aid through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as food stamps. Food stamps for 2025 can range from about $290 for one person up to over $1,700 for a family of 8, paid monthly on an EBT card. And for those of you who are investors, talk of stimulus checks, even if it's just rumors, can definitely shake up the market. Markets tend to react to the promise of stimulus more than the actual money itself, leading to volatility. To protect your money, focus on strong, stable companies in defensive sectors like healthcare or utilities. These are like the sturdy, boring friends at a party. They don't do crazy dances, but they're always there, providing steady returns even when the economy is uncertain. Be very cautious with speculative stocks that surge just because of rumors. These are like lottery tickets, fun to dream about, but usually a bad bet. Consider gold as a way to protect against rising prices, like your financial emergency flashlight when the power goes out. And if a specific stimulus does get approved, sectors tied to consumer spending, like retailers and online shopping companies, could see a temporary boost. Digital payment platforms could also benefit. But remember, any boost might be short-lived. And now for that crucial piece of information I promised you, the only federal money tied to stimulus you might still be able to get. It's the $1,400 recovery rebate credit. This isn't a new check, but unclaimed money from the last stimulus back in 2021, the third round. If you didn't file your 2021 taxes because your income was too low, or if you missed out on that credit due to clerical errors or old bank details, you still have a chance to claim it. You need to file a 2021 federal tax return to get this credit. The final deadline is rapidly approaching in mid-July. Don't wait. You can use the IRS Where's My Refund tool on their website to check your status or see if you're owed any money from past payments. So, to wrap it all up, no $2,000 federal stimulus check is confirmed for 2025. While states are offering their own relief and there's a specific $1,400 payment proposal making its way, you need to be very careful of scams. The only federal stimulus-related money you can still actively claim is the $1,400 recovery rebate credit from 2021, and that deadline is almost here. Stay informed, stay smart, and always check official government sources. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more direct talk about your money, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time!